on Pokemon. Dragonhawk versus Squirrel. I choose you! Ooh, epic! A new challenger!
Attention gamers, developers, gamer developers, development gamers, and learning teams alike. The wait is finally over. It's game time in epic awesome proportions. Epic Awesome will revolutionize the gaming community and set a new standard for video game entertainment. As you may have noticed, this is not Pokemon, but instead a mini-game inside of an MMORPG, or a massively multiplayer online role-playing game. I've chosen to showcase this to demonstrate the base premise of Epic Awesome by combining key attributes of the most popular MMOs on the market. We can ensure longevity and eventually paid subscriptions. Aside from being epically awesome, Epic Awesome will captivate the minds of young and old school players alike. With its innovative combat engine, virtually limitless content, and use of modern technologies and hardware, Epic Awesome will revolutionize the gaming world. Many massively multiplayer online games use a paid subscription with a revolving monthly fee. Games like Epic Awesome will utilize an FPS, which is a free-to-play system where the players decide what level of enjoyment they prefer. Usage of microtransactions through the FPS allows game developers to see profit and for players to feel in control. The FPS system is widely used for data purchases for in-game content. You basically would buy gear, equipment, or level boosts or any other kind of used or consumable item in game, party favors, so on and so forth, for the player to feel more involved in the game. Hence the role play. Epic Awesome will be demonstrated by Learning Team C today and show you why it's epically awesome.
Imagine a world torn apart by war, planetary climate change, continents decimated, populations destroyed or infected with radiation. The setting of Epic Awesome takes place 1,000 years after these catastrophic changes take place. Humanity has survived, even prospered, but at a high cost. Mutated humans are considered diseased, and pure humans have strived to separate themselves. These pure humans have poured themselves into technology to allow them to reach other planets, other galaxies, even alternate universes, to separate themselves from their mutated brethren. In this quest for separation, they have stumbled across a race of interdimensional beings that have started to take a great interest in all of humanity. In this post-apocalyptic future, massive multiplayer online game, you can take the role of a purebred human, the mutated undesirable, or the newly met interdimensional being. The human, technologically advanced, very quick reflexes, but very weak bodies. The mutant, very strong, highly resistant bodies, but slow movement speeds. The interdimensional being, also technologically advanced, very long-lived, hard to kill, their agenda, unknown. What engine will be strong enough to run this huge multiplayer game? Havoc. Havoc has been used in over 300 titles in the gaming community. Some of these titles include Halo 4 and Guild Wars 2. Just two examples of two huge multiplayer online games. Using Havoc physics and Havoc artificial intelligence will enhance the believability of the massive cities, planets, galaxies, and universes, and allow for dynamic pathfinding through gorgeous, dynamic environments. Your actions will have a real effect on the world around you. Killing the innocent villager can lead you to ultimate supremacy or your ultimate death. Personalized storylines. The choices you make determine what quests will be available to you and the characters you will encounter throughout the rest of your journey through Epic Awesome. An innovative combat system allows for amazing skill development, combo, abilities, environmental weapons, and armor. You'll be able to obtain multiple skill levels in many different weapon and armor types to help you against any type of opponent on any world in any galaxy. Intense player versus player action. You can take up arms in city versus city, world versus world, galaxy versus galaxy, and ultimately universe versus universe. Or you can test your skills against other players in one-on-one player arena matches. So what kind of audience will have to play Epic Awesome? Everybody. No one will want to miss out on a game as extensive and as involved as this one. Young and old alike will find content within the game that they will continue to come back for over and over again. They'll never be able to get enough. There will be a fully replayable tutorial to allow a beginner to master the game quickly while allowing the hardcore gamer to jump right in and start playing. The game will include an extensive online help system for quick reference to any topic. So any player can look up anything at any time if they run into trouble. Now, I want to pass you to Ernesto Zapata, and he will take you on a journey through the content included in Epic Awesome.
Epic Awesome is going to be one of the greatest games that you ever play. Let's talk about content for a minute. This game is going to virtually have limitless content. We've designed it so intricately that you're going to have cities, and you're going to be able to play in these cities, and they're going to move into countries, they're going to move into planets, and they're going to move into universes. You're going to be able to jump universes. And what we've done is we've taken the weapon systems and the armor upgrades and we've adapted them to each city. So you're going to have hundreds upon thousands of different weapons. Because depending on what city you're in is going to depend what weapons you use and what weapons you have to upgrade. So what we've designed is you're going to be able to take all these contents and adapt your player. When you move to, say, a different universe or, say, a different city, you'll leave that profile which you've set for yourself there. You'll go and you'll adapt a new system for yourself: guns, ammo, armor, and you can play in that environment with that new content. Your old one's still safe, so when you go back to that city, you can readapt and integrate back into that old system that you've had. We're going to have basically any content that you want. When you go to a city, and say you're walking into a village, you can literally interact with any object that you see, whether that be a table, a chair, glass, a mirror. You can walk up to a mirror, see yourself, move the mirror, break the mirror, use the glass as a weapon. It's going to be amazing. We want this game for everybody, and that's why we're designing it free. But not only is it free, we're going to constantly update it. We're going to allow you to adjust the rules to your game. We're starting out with a list of 30 rules that you can adapt to your player. It doesn't affect anybody else's game. It only affects what you want to see. So say you want all the bad guys to look like zombies. You can do that. You can change it to where everybody looks like zombies. Now again, it doesn't affect other players. You're going to have different scenarios where you can play with your buddies one-on-one. There's also going to be the big boss man scenarios. And you'll be able to adjust how he looks or how the environment is. It could be raining whenever you fight a boss man. So when it starts to rain, you know, uh-oh, I'm coming up on a boss man. We've designed this game for everybody, and we designed it to be free. There's going to be no limitations to what you can actually interact with and do in this game. The only thing that we've done is we want to make it for everybody. So we've taken out the cussing. We've taken out the gore. We've taken out the nudity. We don't want any of that in this game. And if we find a player that's doing nothing but causing a hassle online as you're talking to him, we'll boot him out. Because I want to be able to snipe my grandma at 500 meters. I don't need her worrying about some other dude cussing all the time. That's what we designed this game to do, to bring people together. You can actually bring players in, sit at a table, and switch up weapons. That's how limitless we've designed this game to be. We hope you enjoy this game, and you play it all the time. And we're going to turn it over to the next guy to talk to you about the 3D graphics engine.
Awesome. Awesome. And also, this particular video game is going to be the greatest. You heard how awesome it's going to be. You know how picture perfect it should be. Well, NVIDIA has. One of our sponsors just called in and let us know that they're already on board. All we need is the funding for you guys to step in, back us, let us get our development teams together, let us pull from our own individual networks, such that we can modify the game to run as smoothly as possible, with all the technologically advanced equipment and hardwares that there are available on the market. Basically, we don't want to be too expensive. We want to use the most common, standardized, modern standard equipment. Individual SLI or motherboards that can run Crossfire, third-party heatsink, because Liquid Cool and Thermaltake, a lot of these other brands, they utilize the picture perfect idea of what it is to maintain a system and keep a peak performance, that is, for a system going. 2 video cards for the ultimate gamer experience is recommended. However, one will do with 2 gigabytes onboard memory. You want to make sure that your power supply itself is 1,000 watts. 850 at the minimum, simply because in order to power this high-end system, a gaming system, you want to make sure that you don't peak out your power supply, so any fluctuations in power won't damage your internal equipment. That being said, 8 gigabytes of RAM for a desktop, and for a PC around 12 is highly performance rated for this particular game. What we want to do is take all the basic elements of our favorite MMOs, and we want to combine them and use them together. But we don't want to outprice our end user. We don't want to outprice the customers. We are all going to be playing this game. Me, you, all of us. We're going to be enjoying this game, and we want to make sure that it fits for all ranges of ages and for pocketbooks. A 250 gigabyte hard drive is going to be perfect. You don't want to have a game that's too large and a game that's too small. Rendering, file paging, issues and errors along with your operating system can sometimes cause issues that basically the development team will have to come back and fix. And that's more labor and more time sunk into the game going against profits. 2 to 3 monitors, awesome. That way you can engulf yourself in the game, full immersion, as if you're in 3D range. With this setup, you can run max settings with your audio being motherboard, because let's face it, when you get an i7 processor, that motherboard, the standard peaks and perks on it are going to have very good and very well performance enabled components already built into it. Why not utilize that? With aftermarket speakers and setups such as Bose and what have you, you can have dynamic sound with very minimal performance labor on your system itself. You want to make sure that you can fully appreciate this game. You want to make sure that the end user can afford to appreciate this game. So I suggest that we would also, in addition to developing the game, we release the game with a package. FPS system, call it a founder's package. This way, the end user will already have the system they need. They already have the game boosts and upgrades that they would like, a generic base of it, and give them a poster and maybe some headgear, something that they can walk around with, free advertisement, and they get to show their love for the game. This in itself would allow for any game to be picture perfect, but Epic Awesome. Epic Awesome is a game all its own. 3D hardware rendering, 3D glasses, retina display, all these are options that we have at our fingertips. Enabling these options to interface with current on-market products, no problem. For us, it's a matter of a keystroke. So we do this, we allow the customer to choose, pick and choose. We give them many options as you would want to have for your children, for your uncles, for your cousins, for your brothers, whoever would want to play this game that you know. Think of them first, and then we can enhance our hardware. We hope you enjoyed our presentation today. Epic Awesome will continue to revolutionize the gaming community and set the standard for video game entertainment across the globe. The ability to literally lose yourself and get lost in various planets, various places in this game will keep the attention of even the most fickle of players. Flexibility of the FPS system, free-to-play, will bring skeptics and fan-based players to Epic Awesome. Today we discussed the innovative combat engine, virtually limitless content, and the use of the most technologically advanced hardware on the market. Epic Awesome will forever be epically awesome. This is Theodore Milton with Learning Team C, and we're looking forward to revolutionizing the gaming industry.
from SCU.